You know, brother, summertime goes by far too quickly. One moment we see the budding of the first flowers of spring, the next we see the gold and crimson of autumn's fluttering foliage. These short, blessed hours of sun-kissed summer, so green and so bright, pass us by in the twinkling of an eye.
That wasn't what you were saying yesterday afternoon, brother.
Well, yesterday afternoon I was sweating out my shorts in 100-degree, 80% humidity, trying to get the lawnmower to turn over before mushrooms started sprouting out of my shoes. Different situation.
So 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. should not be considered one of the blessed hours of summer.
You know what I mean, Chen. It's already August. Where have the days gone? It seems like only last week that we were being disappointed by E3, and now we're being disappointed by the Q4 release lists. Will we never have a time that we can just sit back and savor our disappointment?
No man can pause time, brother. Although you can stretch it out a little by grinding levels in Destiny or trying to update your address at the DMV.
Not really what I was going for, Chen. I'm sure some of this is just fallout from the global situation, but this summer has felt exceptionally empty, just passing by without leaving any notable marks on the landscape for good or ill.
Well, there's still Gamescom later this month, and QuakeCon for that matter.
But they're both all digital this year, aren't they? It's just not the same, Chen. I want to be there, to see, to hear, to touch, to smell, to taste.
You want to taste a video game convention?
Well, no, that would actually be like gargling with a sewer rat. But there has to be more than this. You don't get an unlimited number of summers in your life, Chen, and it would be a shame to just let one fizzle out without a fight.
Brother Shu, last year you only stepped outside once in the entire month of August, and it was because you thought the chow cab driver had dropped off the wrong chicken dipping sauce.
Well, it'd be even more of a shame to let two fizzle out then. Come on, Chan, you're part of this as well. Are we going to let this summer slip through our fingers without choking at least one solid, proper event out of it?
Define event.
An occasion, a happening, you know, an event, something significant, something you have to mark your calendar for, something where it actually matters if you show up or not.
You've just described an appointment for outpatient dental surgery.
That might be a bit drastic, Chen. Look, we're still in the convention season, yes?
Surely you're not suggesting holding our own convention, Brother Shu.
Of course not, Chen. That would take months of planning and logistics, to say nothing of a fortune in advertising, rental fees, utilities, and insurance.
Well, okay then.
No, I'm suggesting we hold other people's conventions instead. Think about it. How many conventions have gone digital this year? There have to be dozens, each one leaving a physical void. Well, I say we fill them. All of them. All at once.
So, instead of the hassle and expense of organizing one convention, we'll be taking on the hassle and expense of organizing dozens of them in one go.
Hardly, Chan. We just pick a venue, spread a little word of mouth on Reddit, and let the conventions organize themselves. Sure, most gaming enthusiasts will be savvy enough to know that Gamescom isn't actually being held in a Holiday Inn in Ohio, but we only need a handful of attendees from each event to make a decent crowd.
So your idea for a last summer hurrah, brother, is a weekend spent mingling with 100 or so extremely confused individuals in an empty Holiday Inn ballroom who all think they're attending impossibly cheap versions of a dozen or so different high-profile conventions.
Precisely. We arrange a little catering and entertainment through a couple burner phones, send the bills in a dozen different directions, and fade back into secure anonymity once the situation starts turning ugly. I give it about 7 hours.
You do have a talent for forging indelible memories, Brother Shu.
Which is why we'll be using assumed names for the next 6 weeks, Cousin Hector. Hello, video gamer. We'd like to get to know you better.
Data mining your private tab search results just isn't cutting the mustard these days.
Hit the subscribe and notification buttons below, and we'll be at your side forever.
It is exactly as creepy as it sounds.